Sanibonani, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Utando and I'm really glad to have you guys back. If it's your first time here, please remember to subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And most importantly, just keep the comments coming. Tell me how you like the video. Tell me anything related to the video, or if there's something that you'd like me to discuss in the future or go into. Just feel free, go crazy. I'd like us to just get this conversation going, because this is exactly what this platform is all about. It's about us as women coming together, us as women having conversations, engaging, and just getting the conversation going. And if you really like the video, please don't forget to just share it with a friend, recommend it. Let's just get the She Can community, guys, growing and growing and growing. If you missed last week's video, it was based on the book Lean In. So we're just continuing from there. I'll link it down below so that you can go back and watch it and just get an idea of what it is we're speaking about. But to just kind of recap it, Nyana, we were speaking about gender roles, or gender gaps rather, in the workplace, and what the reason behind these gaps is. And one of the reasons that we kind of came to was that women in general, we are the ones that tend to shy back because of our insecurities or the way we were raised. There was a number of reasons that we kind of listed in that video. But I'm not going to get too much into it. Like I said, I'll link it down below, and then in your own time you can go and watch that video. So moving forward now, this week we will then try and unpack ways in which we can now work at closing these gaps, work on the issues that are causing the gaps to be there. So what better way can we work on these rather than getting the support from our husbands, partners, colleagues? So how can men support their partners? First thing would be communication. I think communication is most important in almost any healthy relationship. So we need to communicate openly with our partners. How can he support you in your goals if he doesn't even know what they are? So we need to sit down with our partners and we need to explain to them what our goals are, our plan of achieving these goals, or what will need to be done for us to reach those goals rather. Because how can he support you if he doesn't even know what you're doing? If he doesn't know where it is that you need support? Because once you get into a senior management position, life will be more hectic, and you are going to need your partner to hold your hand. You're going to need your partner to kind of step in where you won't be able to be. So those are the things that you guys need to discuss openly. Discuss the goals. Once you've reached the goals, discuss how the dynamics of the family are now going to change because of the new roles that have now come into the family. If you do not do that, it will cause a lot of conflict. If your partner is not supporting you, it also then forces then the woman to then pick between her home, her family, and her career. But if her partner is being supportive of her goals, it then gives her that that kind of freedom to not have the guilt of saying, yo, I can't do this because man, I won't be able to do that. I can't work late because I won't be able to pick up my son at school. You know, the little things that we as moms and mothers in general tend to struggle with when you're trying to juggle a career and a family. But if your partner is being supportive and is open to your leadership aspirations, then it makes it so much more easier when you have that support structure. I mean, if you listen to or watch movies or whatever, you'll know that in the past it's always been said that behind every successful man is a powerful woman. So you do need that support. So even those men were able to get into those positions because there was a woman in the background who was able to hold the fort down, because the man could not be everywhere he needed to be when he was focusing on his career. So the woman had to step in. So now the vice versa is needed. So ladies, we need to speak to our men. We need to get their support. Husbands, partners, boyfriends, colleagues, support the woman in your life. Number 2, do your share at home. 90% of what it takes to raise kids and run a home is put on the woman, or is done by the woman. However, if your wife or partner is aspiring or is working in a top management role, she will not have enough time to be everywhere. Therefore, you as a man need to start doing your share. You need to move away from the mentality that you are babysitting your kids or that you are helping your wife by spending time with your kids. You're not doing it for her. You are doing it for your kids, number 1. Most importantly, your kids need you just as much as they need their mother. You do not want to wake up one day and your kids are 20 and you ask yourself, where did the time go? And your kids don't even know you because you felt like it was the mother's responsibility to raise them. No, it is our kids and we are raising them together. And in that way, number 1, you are helping your kids because now they have a present father, they have a good father figure. You are there supporting them. Number 2, your wife will now have more time to be able to also work on things that she needs to work with, or work on rather, on her career. It is a win-win situation. You get a relationship with your kids, your wife gets to work on her career. No one actually loses. But really, as men, please, you are not babysitting your kids. You are not helping out with the housework. It is our house, it is our home, and these are our kids. Let us be partners and let us run this household together so that we both can get where we are going, because this is where it comes in, where women tend to have to put their careers, or made to feel like they have to choose between being the mother and being a career woman, because there's no one there to help them, and it is very tiring and it's overwhelming. It's too much for one person to be expected to do everything. So let us support each other the same way as women we support and stand behind our husbands and their dreams and their goals. At some point we are asking you guys to support our dreams, support our goals, and not just support them from a distance and say, okay, no, I support you doing that, but then your actions are the total opposite. If you're supporting me working or starting my own business, but you're not allowing me or helping me to be able to have time to run that business, then you're not really supporting me. So the support should not only be verbal, it should be in your actions. Support me to be able to reach my dreams, and then at the same time be present for your kids, because that will benefit both me and your kids in the long run. Number 3 would be encourage your partner to lean in. And what I mean by that is encourage your partner to apply for that promotion. Encourage her to start that business. Encourage her to keep working on that business. Encourage her to keep working hard in the workplace. I don't think as men you have an idea of how much it means to us to have that support from our hearts to have our partners be our biggest cheerleaders. So let me just share some statistics that I found here. It says men apply for jobs where they meet 60% of the criteria, whereas women only apply for jobs where they meet 100% of the criteria. Again, this is where your encouragement comes in. You, as the man, encourage her to apply for a job where she only meets 60% of the career of the of the criteria rather. Remind her that she's amazing and that she can do this and it's possible for her to get that job, because she's gonna hold back and be like, yo, I'm not good enough. And that's where you come in and say, babe, listen, you can do this. Yeah, you can do this. Another point is that women's performance tends to be underestimated, whereas men's performance is overestimated. I remember I once was part of some conversation on a webinar, and they were talking about confidence when you're going into an interview. And the one HR lady said to me, when you're going into an interview, have the confidence of a white man with a matric applying for the CEO position. That is the kind of confidence as us as women need, but we don't have it as much as men do. So again, men, encourage your partner. Tell her how marvelous she is. Tell her how great she is. Remind her of her accomplishments so that she herself can have that confidence to walk into that room and know that she can actually do this. Women are judged on past accomplishments. When women apply for jobs, they are required to prove that they can do the job by past experiences, whereas men can be hired purely based on future potential. It is already assumed that they have the skills to do the job. It is assumed. And I have even experienced this where I applied for a job and I was told that I cannot go into this management position because there is no proof on my CV that I've ever managed a group that was larger than 10 or a team that was larger than 10. However, the person that was interviewing me is now currently managing over 20 people, but his previous position, he was not managing anyone. Touché. So, do we need your encouragement? Yes, because when things like that happen in the workplace, they really get to us as women. It can be frustrating. You feel undermined, you feel angry, and if I'm gonna come home to a partner who's not gonna pick up those pieces for me and help me regain my confidence and help me step up or step out into the world the following day after being told such a thing, it's hard. So like for me, I remember at that moment coming home to a partner who was like, "Hi, yeah, better. You are amazing, love. You are this, that." It was able to make me pick myself up and say, as in, I'm not gonna let this define who I am. I'm not gonna let this make me feel less of myself. But it took that extra support from a partner who believed in me and who believes I can do so much more to kind of get me back on track. So husbands, partners, don't underestimate the role that you play in your wife's life. Don't underestimate the influence that you guys have in what we become. Sometimes when you look at your wife and you see that she's not really reaching the goals that you think she's reaching, take a step back and ask yourself, are you pushing her further? Are you pushing her to reach her limits or to reach her goals? Are you giving her the support that she needs? Are you encouraging her? Because sometimes you could be what's missing from your wife just achieving her. So yeah, that's about it for this week. So thank you guys for watching, and daddies, husbands, boyfriends, partners, just remember that we need you. Just because we're strong women doesn't mean we need you. In fact, we need you even more. Your support, your love, your encouragement is what we could actually be missing to get us where we're going. So, give your partners the support they need. Encourage them, and let's work together in this journey of closing these gender gaps in the workplace. And let's not have this mentality that just because women want to be known or want to be heard, it must now be because as